Okay, so like, I'm not really a big fan of. I don't really know much about BTS, but let me tell you, they make a good fucking meal.
Oh my god, this
Bro.
man's.
No, dude, I've been ragging my sister all week about that. I'm like, why don't you go order a BTS meal with a side of Travis Scott burger?
I'm more of a Fortnite burger fan myself.
I mean,
Fortnite burger.
well, here's the thing. There's some brilliance behind McDonald's in this. They're not changing fucking much with these meals.
No, they're not.
it's like the
hey,
Travis Scott is literally a bacon BLT, isn't it?
It's a quarter pounder with bacon, and then a slice of lettuce. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all that's different about it. The BTS meal. It is a 10-pack. That's all it is. It's just 2 kinds of sauce that like aren't available in other parts of the world. But let me tell you, that fucking Cajun sauce, holy shit, it's good.
Sounds pretty good. I remember on my way. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Well, this doesn't really matter if my stream's kind of choppy. We're recording anyway. I remember on my way back from BC, I had asked if they had the Travis Scott burger, and to my disappointment, they did not. But it's okay. You know, I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
I just wanted to try it. You know.
I mean, literally, if you wanted to, I would just do what I did. I just went to McDonald's. I was like, yo, can I get a quarter pounder with some lettuce and some bacon on it, please? And they were like, do you want a BLT quarter pounder? And I was like, no, I just want lettuce and bacon, thank you. And they gave it to me. And they just judged me.
But that's literally the Travis Scott burger.
Yep.
Exactly.
That and medium fries and Sprite.
Yeah, you can't forget the medium fries and Sprite, dude.
Yeah.
If you don't get that, then what are you fucking doing?
Yeah, fucking fake fan.
Fake fan. Boys, shall we just immediately jump into sort of the main event? I know Bav is sort of he's preoccupied, but
yeah, he's preoccupied and has it a little bit fresh on the mind.
Yeah.
But I feel like let's just jump into the Invincible spoilers. Why not, right?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to hear both of you guys' thoughts. I'll say right off the bat that I have nothing but good things to say about the show.
Yeah.
I thought it was phenomenal, if I'm being honest with you, and I cannot wait for whatever is going to come next. It's gonna be good. Bav, because I know, Jared, you watched it before Bav did. I want to hear Bav's fresh impressions, though, because you just watched it on Thursday.
Yeah, I finished it all in a day.
You say that as if it's like an accomplishment. It's like
it felt good to actually watch it all in a day, I'll be honest with you. I thought about spanning it over a couple of days, but I'm like, no, I'm glad I watched it all in like one go.
Yeah.
But, well, I'll be honest with you. When I started the first episode, right, because this is the show I actually had hype for before, and I thought about watching it while the episodes were dropping weekly, but I'm like, I just don't have enough time and too much time in between each episode kind of thing, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
So when I started watching it, I was like, okay, this is kind of like just like another run-of-the-mill like superhero show. Like the animation looks a lot like if you've ever seen Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
I have not.
From like 2012. It's very similar in that. So I'm like, okay, this is just like another like almost Avengers show. There's like superheroes, there's Guardians of the Globes, blah blah blah. Nothing really interesting or new was presented, right? So I waited. The first episode to me was like subpar. I'll be honest with you.
Wow.
Really?
I'll be very until the credits. I'll be like, okay, he gets his powers, he gets fast tracked, his dad's acting a little weird. Okay, I wonder what's gonna happen. Right? Yeah, I was like, definitely, okay, he's super sus, right? So, and then the credits hit, dude, and they show like all the Guardians of the Globe, you know, doing their own like personal stuff, and then they all get called together, and they're all like, what the fuck's going on? And then the slow mo bit, and then Omni-Man just going fucking bonkers, just killing all of them. That was crazy. Like, my jaw was on the floor the whole time.
You hit us with the bait and switch, Bav. I thought you were gonna say that you just didn't like it in general, even with that.
No,
I was like, holy shit, how?
that to me, I was like, that's it. This show, I need to finish this show because I started downing it through the first episode. I'm like, it's so slow. It's so like this and that. I'm like, But then that happened. I'm like, okay, now you presented something interesting, unique that I've never seen before. I'm on board.
Yeah.
And the whole series, just like, they stepped it up and stepped it up and stepped it up every single episode. And one thing I really liked is that they kind of, almost every character that they introduced, they utilized.
Yeah.
In some major capacity. I was like, that's awesome, because there's so many times you see characters that just come and go, right? That aren't for anything. Even the fucking security guy. At the start of the first episode, and the story with his stepson, lasting all the way to like the end. I was like, that's awesome. They actually used everything that they presented us with.
And I didn't notice that upon my first watch. Like, I didn't realize that until I watched it again with my girlfriend. Because I watched it a little weirdly. I watched the first episode, and Shay was, I think, she was visiting her grandparents. So it was just me at home. It was actually the last episode of the podcast. It was right after that we, Gavin was over. So he was like, dude, we need to watch this. We were kind of a little faded, whatever. And, holy shit. Bav, you said it exactly how I would have described it. When that shit happened, my mouth was just open wide, jaw agape, because I actually could not believe what I was fucking seeing. Especially because
so violent.
They hold everything back so well in the first episode. Like, there's no blood. There's no blood until that scene. Even when like the blue people, I forget what their fucking names are, but even when they come down and they attack the White House and all that shit, there isn't much that happens. Yeah. Not much happens. Like they attack whatever, but it isn't until like that part that everything just goes off the fucking handle and it's insane. Especially when he's crushing fucking, I can't remember his name. The fast one's like
Red Rush.
Yes, when he's crushing his skull. Dude. I was like, holy shit, he's gonna like bust it, and then
punching him super fast.
And like his fucking breaking his wrists doing it. It was fucked up. Super fucked.
Fucking popped his head. When the eyeball popped out, I was like, oh my god. So fuck, dude.
No, absolutely. But Jared, what were your sort of thoughts?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I remember a long time ago when like Walking Dead was still the big show that people talked about. I was talking with my cousin about it, and we were talking about how like we fell off around season 3, it wasn't that great, blah blah blah. And he's like, I really want them to adapt Invincible though. Of all the Robert Kirkman properties, that's the one that needs to be done. And because it's superheroes, but it's fucking violent superheroes.
Yeah.
And not only is it violent superheroes, it is brutal, disgusting morality of superheroes. And I was like, whoa, bet. But I was like 13, so I was like, oh, bet. But it was like still really cool. And I didn't know anything about it for the longest time. And then the show came out, and I was like, oh, I remember this is the thing my cousin was telling me about all those years ago. And
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so watched it, after, like, I was like, it was on my radar, like Bav was saying. And then you said, like, in the podcast chat, were like, yo, next podcast, Invincible talk.
Yes.
I was like, well, guess that settles it. Guess I have to watch it now.
You have to watch it. Absolutely.
Watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we had that.
Yeah, put a deadline on me, because before I was like, yo, I don't know when I'm gonna find time to watch this. And then you're like, yo, you need to watch this for the next one. I was like, I guess I got time now.
Yep. No, I'm glad that you did too, because I mean, shit's good. Shit's really fucking good.
I liked a lot of it. There was a couple situations, I can't recall them any specifics right now, but there's a few situations with the dialogue. It's a little cheese.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's every time they introduce the title sequence of Invincible until like the later half of the season. That was off jarring to me.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm glad that you said something about that, because I always found it a little weird too. But when I watched them all in, I watched a YouTube video yesterday where it's like all of those in a row.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It actually seems a little more normal when you're watching them all in a row. but it still is a little off-putting, especially the first time they do that, because I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I'm like, they just cut him off.
Is that a weird edit?
Yeah, exactly.
But in the second half of the season, they actually they nailed it. They set it up instead of just in every fucking sentence that they were talking.
Yeah.
About.
No, exactly. For me, when I watched it one time over the weekend, and then Shay came back home, and I was like, Shay, you need to watch this with me, like, fucking now. And she was like, all right, sure. And then I had already watched it. I was like halfway through. She came home. She was like, okay, don't watch the rest of it. And I was like, I gotta watch the rest of it. So I watched the rest of it, and I fucking loved it. And then I watched it again with her. And that was nice to watch it a second time, because like whatever small little things I missed, I could understand better on a second viewing. Which also gave me more shit to think about. I really like that. I think Omni-Man is a really good twist villain.
Yeah.
I think they really could have fucked that up, and they didn't.
Great casting.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. I was just gonna
God.
say the casting for the whole series, every character was fantastic.
Absolutely. What the fuck is his name? Dude who was on Walking Dead.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, I know you see.
So no. So I don't know if we're like back up and running.
We are.
Are we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Okay.
And
what I noticed. Okay, cool. What I noticed is based off of like the comic arcs.
Yeah.
For the show.
Yeah.
Or like from the actual like series, it's looking like they might keep to 3 arcs a season.
And what would the 3 arcs from this season be?
The Origin, Invincibility, and Perfect Strangers were the 3 arcs for. Because I'm just looking from the Wikipedia page. The end of the Perfect Strangers arc is Omni-Man flying away after beating the shit out of Mark.
That's pretty cool. Oh shit! Something that I've also looked into with the show is apparently compared to the comic, they're pacing it out better with the use of like it being a TV show and it being animated. So like there's a lot of stuff that they set up in like one episode and you don't hear about it for like 50 issues or some shit. I don't know. Yeah. But apparently they've like already set up some things that get set up and get no resolution until way later. So that's kind of nice too.
Let's go.
Yeah, like they already have it kind of setting itself up for greatness. But okay, the thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I didn't think much of it until I started seeing like the discourse online. What do you guys think of Mark's love interest? I did not mind her at all. I thought she was pretty justified. Basically, she gets upset because he's fucking lying to her, and he's always like standing her up and shit, and basically can't focus on like their relationship. And I always understood it. I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. Being in a relationship now, I'm like, yeah, I don't think anybody would fucking appreciate that, whether you're a superhero saving lives or not. Like, you know, there's some basic needs. But what were you guys sort of thinking about that? Because apparently people fucking hate her.
What?
Yeah.
I don't.
Bav clearly does not agree with that sentiment, as do I. But what do you sort of think, Jared?
Well, as the resident single of the podcast, I'm not crazy about her just because she's clearly there to serve the purpose of a love triangle.
I see.
Like, and it's very clearly obvious that there's going to be this love triangle that's set up now between her, the redhead, and Mark. Yeah. Of like who's gonna be with who, and I'm kind of tired of love triangles. Like when they introduced that, and then they talked about whatever the fuck the redhead's name is. I can't remember her name.
No, I can't either.
Adam Eve.
That's right.
Adam Eve. Well, like when they showed her like showing up outside Mark's window there, and then seeing the other chick in there, and then being like, good for you, Mark, and then flying off. It's like, nah, bitch, you fucking had a chance. There was an opening where neither was there, and it's fucking just go for it. It's on you. Fuck off.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know about that though. Like from the first episode, they set up like Mark and Amber as like a thing that's like almost impenetrable, because it's like he stands up for her again afterwards, and then she gets him like his number. He like has a little bit of a crush on her, but he like goes for Amber the entire time. So I don't know. So I don't really see like I'm sure they are gonna do a love triangle, but like
I actually like I can confirm that for sure. I've already sort of looked at some of the comics and stuff.
But I feel like they've done, I don't know, like they've done a better job of not like forcing it down your throat for the entirety of the first season. Maybe it might happen more in the second season.
Yeah. I think there it'll be a conflict at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. I will also say I really like the character designs. Like, they redesigned the love interest Amber to be, I don't know. I love her design. I like her hair. I like the fact that she's black. I like the fact that like it doesn't really change much, but it works, I think. And yeah, I don't know. Like, if you guys have you guys seen like the original drawings or comics at all?
I'm pulling up the original Amber design right now.
Yeah, actually, I should show it on screen too. Hold on a minute, for people to look at. Amber, fucking Invincible.
She's a white lady.
Yeah, no, she's literally just like your classic white blonde. And I'll pull it up on screen right now. I enjoy it so much more in the show.
See, I think, like, I don't want to like make it seem like that, but I think part of the reason why they did that is because they had Zazie Beetz casted as the character. And after the whole debacle that happened with what was it, last year, where they like recasted a bunch of colored characters to be voiced by actual people of color.
Yeah. That was last year.
Yeah.
That was like at the end of that was after the BLM movement. So.
What do you mean after? It's still happening, brother.
Let's go.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Wow, fake fan, Bav.
Fake fan.
Shut the fuck up.
Fake BLM fan.
Yeah.
Bav thinks BLM stands for biggest lettuce minorities.
Exactly. So that would be correct, sir.
I think it's a really good change, and I think it just works. I don't know.
There is something that I really wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
If we can.
Of course.
I figured it'd be something that you guys would actually would really vibe with as well. I really like the soundtrack for the show.
Yeah. It's a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
I thought the soundtrack was perfect. It wasn't like corny, cheesy stuff to just be thrown in, right? It was like actually like everything fit the mood that it was doing and stuff like that. And then like for me, the fucking rap for like the cement guy as well, when he like takes over and becomes like the new kingpin.
Oh yeah.
You know, I was like, oh fuck, this goes off, man. But like the soundtrack and the music always fit exactly what was happening in that scene, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah. Going back slightly about you're talking about the whole design thing, and then Bav was saying it looked a lot like Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah.
I thought it looked a lot more like the older Justice
League. Yes, exactly what I was thinking.
Like I thought it looked more like 2003 Justice League United or Unlimited or whatever.
I 100% agree. I think that's something that I sort of like, is it sort of is that, but then like, you know, it's adult and taken very serious, and I fucking love it. I was also curious. I mean, if you guys have more things that come to mind about Invincible, I do have another show that I am curious if you guys have seen, but I can wait that out. Actually, wait, no, not The Boys.
Okay.
No, actually, before I talk about that, I will say I really like the part that Mark's mom plays in the show.
Yeah.
Because even her just trying to figure like she's a little sussy. She's a little sussy about Omni-Man, and I do like that. And apparently in the comic, she was like basically used as like just the the drunk. She sort of just got wine drunk all the time, and that was basically it.
I'm here for that.
What?
What?
You're here for that?
I'm here for that. What's up?
Well, I like the fact that she's not just a two-dimensional character.
Yeah.
And she really does. She gets to the thick of it, and then she figures it out. And that, man, okay, this is something that we gotta talk about. So, I was sort of talking earlier about that he's a twist villain, Omni-Man, and I really did enjoy that because a part of me, like, didn't believe it at the start. I was like, no, like, there's probably a reason, right? And then in the end, when you find out, no, he's fucking evil.
There's a reason.
Well, yeah, there's a reason, but the reason
it's a bad reason, but there's a reason.
It's him being fucking evil.
Yeah.
He's just a dick, man.
Yeah.
Like, shit, dude.
But I really liked that because the whole thing is it sort of sets it up like it's almost like a mystery, right? And it's at the start. I think if they had waited to reveal that like 5 episodes in, because apparently that actually happens like 5 comics in the comic, but they just peel that band-aid right off, and I think it works so much better because A, it captures your attention like immediately.
Yeah.
B, you want to think from what you saw in that first episode, you're like, no way, right? Like, there's no fucking way. Everything was like really positive. So you're thinking, what is the reason more than anything? You know that he did it. What's the reason? And how are people going to react? And how are people going to find out? And what happens next? And they pulled it off so it feels almost effortlessly. I watched a video about sort of how he's a perfect twist villain, and it sort of brings up the point that, like, you know how in Disney movies, for example, it's done to death, the plot twist villain, right? I can think of Incredibles 2, Frozen, Big Hero 6, literally all of these movies, they always
Bambi.
do it. Bambi. Point is, in all these movies and even shows and stuff, they pull off the twist villain, and you're like, okay, either it's unnecessary or there's no payoff, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that sort of always bothers me is the lack of payoff. This had a payoff that it's a slow burn, but it burns hard. And when she finally gets the costume, she finds the costume, that shit was like, oh, it's over, man. Like you now know, like, this was bad. And then the part where he says that she's his pet.
Yeah, dude, I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, he's like, well, she's more like a pet to me. I was like, oh my goodness.
Listening to all of that.
Yeah.
She's hearing everything. And I'm like, dude, while her son is getting fucking mutilated by her husband, she has to listen to all that as well. I felt her emotional burden in that scene.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Can we talk about how his fucking ribcage got cracked and he's still just like lived? Like, there was a hole in his, like, there was a fucking dent,
dude,
and he just like, no, please. And then like a week later, he's like, just, all right, time to go fight dad. Like, motherfucker, what?
Well, I think there was a time skip. Like, it's gradual because they mention it in
over 6 months.
Yes, because they mention it in like a little bit of dialogue, but it does feel like that if you like, the first time I watched it, I was like, how did this happen? Hold on a minute.
Well, I don't know. She said he like disappeared for like a month or like a couple weeks or whatever. And
I'm pretty sure she said 6 months. I think Bab was right on that one.
Well, no, like, I'm talking like from the assault on the castle there, or like.
Oh, you're talking about the start with Omni-Man.
No. I'm talking about the when
she said that he got hit by a bus or whatever.
No, and yeah.
When he ditches the soup kitchen. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay, then that's fair. That was weird. That was a little weird. Yeah.
I mean, fucking Omni-Man getting slapped in the chest a bunch. He just looked like he just took a couple fucking 5 stars, you know?
Yeah, he took that shit like a champ.
Yeah.
They also set up that whole thing on Mars with the aliens, which I thought was interesting. Yeah,
They
I think
set up
that
a lot of stuff for season 2.
exactly. So I'm excited to see these things get paid off. Like I was saying, they just really have to keep the momentum. Bav, you were also saying the fact that she has to like listen to all this shit. I like that they use that as like a sort of plot device. That they're this super high tech agency, so they can just have cameras everywhere. It just works like that. And I never was in disbelief that they had this because it just makes sense in the world, right? And I enjoyed that a lot. I think there's a lot of things that they could have fucked up on and they didn't, and I think that's why the show is sort of like a miracle.
Yeah, they made all that stuff make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was really pissed off with the ending, though. She hated the fact that Omni-Man really was just evil, because she like me didn't want to believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like cause
It's just so cool.
yeah. Well, and the whole thing about his sort of battle that, you know, because Mark was a late bloomer with his powers, he was sort of hoping almost that this day wouldn't come. You know what I mean? He was just sort of delaying the inevitable. But fuck, man.
So fucking cold-hearted, man. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah. Well, but oh god, we gotta talk about the scene, bro. We gotta talk about 2 scenes in the last episode. We gotta talk about first off, the train scene.
Oh my god, yes. I'm glad you brought this up.
Yeah, like I realized I'm like, we can't talk Invincible without talking about the fucking train scene.
It's
Holy shit,
wild
man.
scene.
Yeah, that was like,
shit.
man, especially that whole part where he's like, he just takes him around the fucking world, throws him at shit, and he's like, look at all these people I'm going to fucking kill, and it means nothing to me. And it's good, and he blames it on him and all this fucking horrible shit. I thought that was insane, but like it worked and it made sense, right?
Yeah.
I was sort of saying this before, but I think if they just added a bunch of needless violence, it really lessens the impact of scenes like that, where it needs to be brutal now to focus on how fucking strong and powerful and horrible he is. If everybody's just getting murdered and brutally murdered all the fucking time, then what's the weight of him killing a couple people? You know what I mean? So the part when he throws him across the fucking planet and then like into the city where the building falls and he's trying to save the mom and the kid and then like he doesn't and he's just holding the like disembodied arm.
Oh, fuck.
That was fucked up. And like it's never like something that's horrifying, but it's like it has that weight. And that's how you know it's been done right.
Yeah.
You know,
and then he grabs him and then there's the train scene and he just
oh man, splices the train in half with his face.
Yeah.
And just the fucking blood splatter, just oh my god.
There's just blood everywhere. Oh, and then to make matters worse, there's a dead child and there's like one person who's like under a piece of like metal trying to like reach out for her, and then Omni-Man just comes and crushes him.
Yeah.
Like it's while he's talking too. It's just fuck, man. That's all you can really say is fuck.
I just realized something. Going back to what Jared said about him getting a hole in his body. At the first episode, when he kills the Immortal, right?
Mm-hmm.
He puts his hand through the Immortal's chest, and then he cuts off his head, right?
Yeah.
In the episode when the Immortal comes back, right? He puts his hand through the same spot in his chest. Because he remembered that, like, he already did that, right? So it's obviously going to be soft tissue and it's weak, right? But when you think about his son had that hole and he knew about it, but he didn't go for it. He almost went easy on him because I think that showed, like, that he has the emotion there and they showed it a lot more when he took off there instead of killing him.
Yeah.
But I think that showed, like, he's very self-aware and he's very smart and intellectual, but, like, he went easy on his son. He wanted his son to believe him and join him, but he knew he couldn't kill him.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, at that point too, that was sort of going to be the second scene I wanted to talk about was the scene about humanity. I thought that was a really, really good scene. Fantastic one at that, where it's sort of like, and I forgot about that too, is the whole thing where she does mention to him one time in the show, like, I taught you about humanity and how to be sort of human, right? And I kind of didn't even think about that until I watched it again, and she brings it up earlier in the show too. And then that scene where she's like, this is humanity, like, this is what it means to be human. And then he learns, right? And when he thinks about that, and then it's him as a kid with his like little buck teeth, and then him fucking destroyed, mutilated teeth like agape because he's just been pummeled.
Yeah.
And he flies away with like the tear coming out. Just, God, I cannot wait for more.
Do superheroes have healthcare?
Oh, probably not. There's no way. I don't think any money could afford that. I think they kind of get it for free because they're saving people and shit.
And well, the government needs them, right?
Yeah.
But they do have a sample of his blood. So.
True, they do have a sample.
That is true.
So I wonder. I was kind of thinking that they might go with like a, since you guys talked about like what you thought the end scene would be with him doing the think mark, right?
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking like when they took his blood sample, I'm like, do they like clone him to like try and use it as a weapon?
Oh,
and
maybe
that would be that's sick. Who he's fighting or something like that. But maybe that could be like a future thing. Who knows?
Yeah, I like the fact too that the comic is actually out there and we can look at it, but we can also choose not to.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, like I kind of don't want to know either. I know a couple of things, but I'm good at leaving it sort of at that.
I kind of want to read it all after seeing that first season.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's that good.
Just gonna make a note to read it all after the series is done.
Well, at that point you've already seen it. What's the point?
Well, there's also extra stuff in the books, so could be stuff you haven't seen. Yeah,
it might be. You don't know.
Yeah, you can watch his mom get drunk every fucking issue.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. So what was the other show you wanted to talk about, Dan?
Okay, so you guys had mentioned... Oh, wait. There's one thing. Infectious in the comments said, thoughts on Cecil Stedman? Is he good or bad? Cecil is the government guy, right?
Yeah. He's the goodest boy.
Yeah, honestly, I think he's good too.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Yeah, I'm feeling good boy. But... Oh my god, he also said Omni-Man was red. Red always sus, man. Fuck me. But yes, you're absolutely right.
No, you see the fucking visor in his chest, dog?
True.
He was sus from the go.
He was sus from the get-go. Anyway, the other show I wanted to talk about, because you guys have put the soundtrack in one of our Discords, and I finally watched it. Yasuke. Did you guys watch Yasuke?
Yeah.
I haven't finished Yasuke.
There's only 6 episodes.
I truthfully got kind of bored.
Yeah, fair enough. Very fair.
Enough, That's fair.
You know what? At that point, we can talk about the first couple episodes, because basically, I watched the first episode. I didn't fall in love with it, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It felt more like a mini series that could have probably been condensed into a movie.
Yeah,
that's what I sort of felt like. Been a movie. Because once we finished it, Shay and I, we were like, oh shit, that's it. Like, it was only 6 episodes, and each is like 20 to 30 minutes. Characters sort of get introduced, and then some die. There were some touching moments at the end couple of episodes, but I do feel like they probably could have shortened up the runtime, set up the characters a little bit better, and either made it like a 2-parter movie or a 1 movie in general.
Or they could have put more episodes in and fleshed out the characters.
That too, exactly.
Oh.
But oh my god, I do love me some Flying Lotus, and I love me some Flying Lotus and Thundercat together. So when I heard that fucking intro music, I was like, oh my god.
Intro's butter, dude.
Dude, totally butter. Oh my god. What were you gonna say, Bev? Sorry.
I was gonna say like as you said, like you didn't fall in love with it. Yeah. I fell in love with the style, like the artistic style and the music style.
That's fair.
All of that is what like kept me watching it, but like the story and the characters lost me like halfway through.
Absolutely. Hey, but you know what? I do like fuck, I can't remember names. I'm not gonna lie to you fellas, but the guy who, yes,
Yeah.
I liked him in
The
Knives
man.
Out. I liked him in fucking everything else I see him in. He has a great voice.
You'll love him in Atlanta, Dan.
He is a sexy black man, and I love him. Oh, that was cool, actually. Hold on. Yeah, I enjoyed him here as well. Also, when I listened to the soundtrack yesterday as I was doing the dishes, and there's a fucking song with Denzel Curry. I lost my shit. I lost my shit, dude.
It's a very small part, but yeah, there's a song with him.
Yeah, I was very satisfied with that. Oh, this is looking nice. No, when I saw him in the soundtrack, I was like, let's go. But yeah, honestly, it was funny too because I watched Yasuke after watching. Oh, we'll talk about the next show, but Invincible, and then Shay and I also just finished Castlevania. Have you guys seen the last season?
I haven't watched any of it.
No.
Me either.
What? Oh, that breaks my heart. This would have been such a good fucking discussion. Well, you know what? Maybe we can make that next episode. Your guys' homework is Castlevania.
Dude, I can't watch 4 seasons of Castlevania.
Yes, you can. No.
No, I can't,
That's
dude.
fair. That's fair.
I'm way too busy, dude.
No, that's fair. But you should. You absolutely should watch
It
all
is
seasons
definitely a
of
show that
Castlevania.
is like on my list, and it's something I want to watch, but
Yeah.
I just
No, that's absolutely fair. No, I don't blame you.
I got 4 seasons of Sopranos to still work through. Get the fuck out of here.
You're
I'm not
still
trying to-
watching Sopranos?
I started last Monday. What do you want from me?
I see.
Why
Okay.
did you start The Sopranos?
True.
Because I hadn't seen it.
Oh,
See,
shit.
I tried to start The Wire because I haven't seen it, but I just did watch it after an episode, so you don't have to watch The Sopranos.
I want to. It was the start of fucking golden television. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god.
Fair enough.
Who's man?
All right, fellas. If that concludes our Invincible talk, I'm gonna peace out here.
I think it does, man. I think it does. That's okay. But Bav, it was
Wait,
always.
actually,
Oh.
one last thing. What's the big thing that you guys think is gonna happen in season 2? If you already don't know.
I don't know. I can't really say because I don't know. I'm more curious about what's gonna happen with Omni-Man if he's gonna report back to fucking Venom or whatever the fuck his planet is.
Viltrum?
Viltrum, thank you.
Venom.
Well, no, there's a planet in Star Fox Venom, but I don't know if he's gonna go back to Viltrum and HQ and they're gonna kill him or some shit. But I am curious about it because apparently, you know, like Seth Rogen at the end was saying, no Viltrumite has ever fucking done that before, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see him for a whole episode. We might not see him like season 2 will come out. We're not gonna see him until I think post credit of first episode.
yeah, very fair.
If they wanted to pace out the story right, I think that's what they're gonna do.
Absolutely. My big prediction is that it's kind of obvious, I guess, is that I think they've really shown Mark to be like a people person throughout season 1. So I feel like he'll get like all the heroes together, kind of thing, to fight off Viltrum, and Viltrum is going to try and invade by like at least the end of the season. But I don't think Omni-Man is going to be aligned with either of them. I think he's going to be off doing his own thing and then probably come in and swoop in and maybe save the day, kind of thing. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely a good chance of that.
yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't really know. I'm also intrigued to see what they do building up the guy who's basically the next like kingpin.
Yeah.
Because he clearly has good intentions, but now I'm like, oh shit, he had obviously his own sort of little scheme.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
Dan, I don't want to just hot swap topics real quick.
Yeah.
Have you seen Army of the Dead, Dan?
Oh shit! Hold on a minute. Because somebody already asked me this, and I don't remember if I have already. I have! I fucking have!
The bank robbery zombie film?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Is this what we're going to talk about next while Bav leaves?
I mean, I kind of wanted to have Bav here to talk about it because I haven't talked to him about it either.
Okay, let's have a quick chat about it.
Yes!
Damn.
So, Dan, what were your thoughts?
Okay. Oh man, you really want my thoughts?
Yeah.
This movie is so fucking silly, stupid, but it's also fun. It is also the most predictable fucking movie I've ever seen in my goddamn life. But it was fun, you know? It's stupid fun. That's kind of my interpretation of it. I would never say it's a good movie. I don't know what you guys think, but personally I thought I just loved the fact that Shay and I were watching it, and I was like, this is gonna happen, and then this thing happens, and I'm like, okay, this person's gonna do this dumb shit, this person does this dumb shit, and then the part where she leaves, and they're like, oh no, she left us in the helicopter, and I'm like, she's gonna pull up, and then she's like, need a lift? She didn't actually say that, but I wanted her to. I was like, please, can I get that prediction right? But she didn't. But she did still say some campy bullshit. Point is, holy fuck, what a stupid movie, but still fun.
And Bev, what were your thoughts?
I was never gonna take this movie seriously to begin with. I was just gonna watch it because my main man Batista, I follow him anywhere, and then zombies and an interesting idea of like a robbery while there's a zombie outbreak, right? And there's smart zombies too, so I got pretty cooked and I watched the movie and like I enjoyed the violence a lot. I thought that was fun.
Yes.
I thought some of the characters were actually like pretty entertaining together. Like
I loved
like
most of the characters, yeah.
Yeah, like the German guy and the black guy together. I thought those guys were fucking hilarious.
They were the best teammates ever.
Right? And then like Batista pulling at the heartstrings with his daughter relationship after putting down his wife, man. Mm-hmm. But everything else, though, like I don't know, I enjoyed it. It was a very fun watch.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like I don't want to take these words away from Jared because I feel like he's gonna say this because he already told me this before, but I agree with him in the regard like they didn't keep anybody that was likable alive.
Yeah.
They in my opinion they killed off all like the fun characters. Like they kept the black guy alive. I like the German guy more, right? But yeah, so that's just my feeling on that.
Oh yeah, and then the ending part where he's on the jet and he's like, yeah, I need to rent a jet, and they're like, well, you can't do that, and he just drops the fucking stacks of cash on the counter. Yeah. They're like, I bet.
Okay, man.
And then he has a bite, and I'm like, you fucking moron.
How the fuck, like, how did he just, like, make it that far?
Yeah, and then just realize, oh shit, I got bit. That shit hurted.
Because everyone else was, like, instantaneously they turned.
Instantaneous, or, like, you know, it set in within, like, 5 minutes, but this dude got bit somehow, was in a vault, got out of said vault, and then walked tens of miles in the desert, found a car, drove that car probably another couple hundred miles, rented a jet, sat on a jet for, I mean, Nevada to New Mexico, what is that, like an hour flight? Maybe probably 90 like
minutes? 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then just as they're landing is like, oh, I'm not feeling so well. Like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's some old bullshit.
Right.
But yeah, I liked it actually. Even though it's like definitely not my kind of movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. It gave me a good chuckle and a half, you know.
Yeah.
Not a bad movie by any means. It's just kind of silly.
It did have some funny bits to it though that I enjoyed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty silly. But like the one thing though about this movie is like kind of like the meme from Invincible that I wish I didn't know about coming into this was knowing that like the lady helicopter, she's actually not like there with them on screen. She's like CGI'd in kind of thing.
Yeah. And
so like every time I saw them like talking to her, I felt so disconnected because I was so self-aware that like she's not even in the same room with them, that she's CGI'd onto the screen right now. So like knowing that, I was like every time she was on, I just did not connect with anything she was saying.
It's like so surrounding the news, knowing that it's like it sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
But then there's some instances where like, because I heard that like she didn't like it was entirely just her. So to see some of those group shots, I'm like, yo, that's impressive. Yeah,
right. They do a good job, but at the same time, it's like, I know she's not there.
Like the shot in the C-can where they're all like shoulder to shoulder. That was some good fucking masking.
That was awesome.
Let me tell you.
Okay, you guys gotta explain a little bit. I'm missing something here.
Okay, so Tig Notaro, the actress who played Peters in the movie, it was originally casted and played by comedian, Chris D'Elia.
Oh,
I don't know
no, I know what happened with that. Yeah.
He turned out to be a pedo. So
Yeah.
So they recast him and had Tig come in and had her shoot all of her stuff on a green screen. And
wow,
her by herself with Zach and whoever else was there to do production stuff for it. And so it was just the two. It was just them filming all of her scenes, just shooting, covering Chris D'Elia's face and whatever they could to mask him out in the movie.
That's actually insane.
Yeah.
If you listen closely, sometimes they still refer to her as him and say he. And that's why they have her say like, "I'm the pilot guy." Kind of like that guy thing makes sense.
I'm the helicopter guy.
I'm the helicopter guy. Sorry.
I'm the helicopter guy.
Yeah.
I love that line. I don't know why I did, but I like that line a lot.
Yeah. I found it interesting that he like did something similar at the with the Snyder cut with the Batman and the Joker conversation, where he had them both like.
Oh yeah, I still haven't seen.
They were What?
I still haven't seen Snyder Cut.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah, that's a 4-hour movie. Fuck off.
I know. I dedicated 4 hours to that, but yeah, he like CGI. He like they weren't CGI like together. They were filmed separately, the same way that he did with like Tig Notaro's character. But like the same like approach was done to it. So I feel like he took that and then polished it up a little bit more, and then came out with how she is in this film, though. And then I was also gonna say, speaking of sore thumb, I had a heart attack while I was watching it because I thought a pixel on my TV screen died.
Oh.
And I was so worried.
That would be very scary.
Right? And then I found out that it was just the way that it was filmed. And apparently it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, they used some crazy Japanese lenses from the 60s. And it like apparently it's got like the f-stop on it is completely full or completely open. It was like I think like a 0.7 f-stop I think was what the lens had.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And so like they shot that thing. They had like I think millimeters to pull focus with. Is what I was. Is that
why there was so much like motion blur around the sides?
Why there was so much motion blur, and that's why it was so. Well, that's not motion blur. That's distortion.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's bokeh and all that other stuff. But yeah, depth of field. Yeah, that's why it had a very shallow depth of field the whole movie.
Gotcha.
Very interesting. I did not know these things at all.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
There's like a whole behind the scenes. I wish I was you, Dad. There's like a whole behind the scenes thing on Netflix or on like Netflix's YouTube channel, just kind of having Zack Snyder talk about what they did for production on the film, and it's kind of fascinating to just see like how much of it was like planned and not planned.
Yeah.
Just like hey, this is what stuff we actually storyboarded. This stuff isn't.
Yeah. Well, all right, fellas.
It's time for Bav to leave.
I'm gonna peace out here. I hope you fellas have a good night and a good rest of your chat.
Thank you. I hope you have a good night as well. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
I thought you were just gonna say thank you. I was gonna say fuck you.
Thank you. You're just a friend, Dan. I'm sorry.
Say thank you and leave the call.
Thank you. Fucking Discord.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Get out of here. Nighty night, champ.
Bye.
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 Oh, Scruzzy, everyone loves Dan. Should be a sitcom. What do we have on the talking points here? Because we've kind of saved up some talking points over the weeks.
I never got to ask about the whole thing about like how do you think. I never got to ask Bav that question.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, if need be, we can just go over this shit again because we like to do that. So you said, how do you think? Like,
yeah,
like when you say how do you think, you mean like literally how do I think? When I speak to myself, do I speak in first person, third person type shit?
Well, you answered right there by saying you speak to yourself.
Yes.
Because there was a post on Reddit a couple weeks ago I found where it was this person that was talking about how their mom looked at them like they were a fucking crazy person because they said they don't like talk to them. They don't have an internal monologue when they think. It's literally just like it's nothing, static, and then like a picture of like what they're thinking, and then that's it. That's the idea to them.
Weird.
Yeah.
But also interesting and unique.
It's interesting and unique. And so like the day I heard about that, like I read that, I was like going around and asking everyone like, how do you think? And they all were like, they thought I was trying to do some sort of smart ass like,
yeah,
you're like, I'm calling you stupid kind of thing, but I was like just legitimately curious.
Yeah, like actually asking, how do you think? What?
Yeah, like do you talk to yourself in your head when you think, or do you just have a picture that instantly your mind is able to put together what you're trying to comprehend?
Scruzzy in the chat says that's a rare neurological thing, I think, and I would say you're probably right. Like I think like a that sounds so bad. From as far as I know,
I think like a normal
person.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I just think like it's the exact same as if I spoke to myself out loud, where I'd be like, should I do this? Nah, you know what I mean? Sometimes I weigh out the pros and cons of something. Sometimes I think like a lot of steps ahead. I think a lot of times when I think to myself, I think of, I don't know, I think of a lot of shit. It's really hard to put into words how you think. But I also think that's why it's such a good fucking question. Because you don't ever stop to think about how you think. You just think.
You just know, trippy. This is how I think. This is how... Yeah.
I'm trying
It's like one of those other things of just like, you think everyone does it the same until you learn people don't.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're like, oh, I'm a weirdo. Most people think like, in both internal dialogue
like
as well as images. Yeah, true.
Kind of like the how do people wipe kind of thing.
Like front or back?
This is already going to be fun. No, like standing or sitting.
Oh, what?
There we go.
What? That's a question?
I instantly knew where this was gonna. Yeah, that's a question.
God.
Dan, how do you wipe?
Fucking sitting down.
Sitting down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you wipe standing up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not about to put my fucking knuckles where I just shit. Get out of here.
No, that's fair. I just am thinking. Like, you get up...
Take showers personally. Let's go! Scruzzy knows what's up.
Sitting down or standing up? I take showers personally. Standing up, gang? What?
Let's go!
What?
Damn.
Now, y'all are asking the real questions now, because I am actually blown the fuck away. Okay, let's kind of go over this here. Standing, gang! What the fuck? This is a thing?
Yeah.
I will say this
we outnumber you, Dan.
No, once again, I am the minority. All
right, no need to be pulling that card.
Tugboat says I would also like to try a bidet, and to that I have to agree. If I could get a bidet,
I would try one.
Everybody says like once you have one, it's really hard to go back to not having one, because it's like you clean yourself and then you're good.
Yeah. Hey,
nice.
Tushy.com or whatever company sells bidets. Sponsor us. I'm trying to get some water sprayed up my asshole. Pause,
but also true. That's also factual, dude. Yeah. No, absolutely. That is so fucking funny. I did not know this was a thing. Okay, here's a question. Do you pee with your fucking pants all the way down, or do you pee with them just unbuckled?
I would say it depends.
Wow.
Yeah. Because like if I'm at home and I'm in the comfort of my own home, I'm gonna just drop trow. You know, I'm not gonna.
You know what? Totally fair. Yeah. Totally fair.
Yeah.
Pee in the shower only.
Yo, you can enjoy that fucking foot infection, Scruzzy. I'm gonna say no to that.
Wait, so hold on. You're against peeing in the shower?
I mean, when I was younger, I'd do it, but at this point, like...
What? What? I pee in the shower all the time. You kidding me?
Yeah, I don't know. It's to me, it's just it became. I don't know. As I've gotten older, I became more of like a clean person almost. Like
wow,
it's like
yeah, you're above. It's below you. I see.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Let's go with that. Sure.
You know, I like to shit in the shower, waffle stomp those critters down.
Let's go. Yeah.
No, I personally, actually, this is a fun fact that'll be a podcast only thing. I sometimes pee sitting down, just because like I just don't feel like standing. So I'm like, time to take a seat, piss, get it done, dealt with, and I'm like, all right, cool. Stand up, get back up, we're all good. I never thought about it until I started doing it more like normally, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like if I'm in public, I'm not gonna go out of my way to go to a toilet because those things are fucking gross. But
yeah,
if I'm at home, yeah, exactly. But if I'm at home, it's like, well, no shit, I'm gonna fucking sit down. I want to read a book or some shit. You feel me? I sit on the toilet at home, but in public, I go to urinals. That is enough to get the ween out. Yeah, exactly. Also, if a public urinal does not have a divider, then fuck that. Like, if it doesn't have a divider, then why even have a fucking bathroom? You know, let me just pee out in public.
I don't want to hop away from
this amazing discussion.
But this reminded me of something. So I came home from work the other day, and there was some jackass that was parked in the street in front of my house.
Right.
But he parked in front of my house in such a way that it wasn't like he was like right up against the person, like my neighbor, and he wasn't far enough back away for me to pull in front of him.
Right.
He basically pulled the like standing at the middle urinal version of parking.
Oh my god.
He just fucking plopped himself right there in the middle, and it was such an awkward parking spot that I was like, fucking dickhead.
Fucking
I thought
dickhead.
I thought about drawing a picture of like 3 urinals and then just him fucking pissing at the middle and just being like, this is you. Fuck
this
you.
is you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tugboat
says, shit in the urinal, look everyone in the eye as they pass. That's power. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're a mad lad, but absolutely.
Yeah.
Holy shit. The fact that people actually urinal shit is also pretty mind-blowing, to be honest. But
Did I ever tell you about when I went to a nondescript department store in our town? I was like a lot younger, and the dude there was like some like hefty of size man that came out of the bathroom after me, or before me, sorry. So he came out, then I went in and closed the door. I don't know how the fuck this happened. This dude like took a shit at the toilet, but he somehow managed to have like half of his asshole split between the seat and the actual bowl. And so this dude took a shit, but like half the shit just went onto the fucking seat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he just left it like that.
He thought it was acceptable, huh?
I guess so. I'm like 9, I want to say. I'm real young when this happened. And I'm like, oh, okay.
This is the world.
I had to pee. That was it. There was no urinal in this bathroom. It was just a toilet. So I was like, I guess I'll pee. I'll just piss right here and leave the shit. Cause I'm not touching someone else's shit. Literally.
Of course,
so I did
of
that.
course.
Wash my hands.
Yeah, as
left.
one does.
Yes. And next thing I know, there's a fucking line out after me.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I'm like, bye. So I just go, and the dude that I remember, I'm 9. The dude that went in after me just looked at me with such disdain for how I left it. And I remember there being an employee called to the bathroom shortly after that, man.
Oh, that is so good.
I'm surprised I didn't get yelled at for that.
Well, I mean, what are they gonna fucking do? Like,
I mean, what are they gonna think? Some 9-year-old just shit on the toilet seat and left it? Like, what?
yeah. That's really funny, though.
But yeah, like a very large dude just left it. And I was like, bro, what?
It always blows my mind that people are like, they just do that and not think about it.
People are just disgusting monsters.
Yeah, absolutely. People also don't wash their hands still, even in COVID, which just, like, wow is all I can really say to that. Hold on a minute, I'm just reading the chat here. Reminds me, urinal shitting is the Neanderthal level stuff. Reminds me of working at Walmart. It's how he does it at home too, probably totally normal in their house. The next person wipes it up. If anyone shit on the toilet seat and left it, it's a 9-year-old. Yeah. I wanted to go to the bathroom and some dude came out of the stall and he was a special person. You can tell it from how he talked and looked, and he stuttered to tell me he had an accident. I'm like, okay. He leaves, I peek in the toilet, and there is a liquid puddle of shit on the floor, and I just noped out of there. Oh, that's unfortunate. At least he was kind enough to say something. You know what I mean? That's pretty nice. But that's also fucking rough.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
No, not at all. Absolutely not. You know what is ideal? This story that I have to tell about the fabled piss bra. So I worked at Winners. If you don't know what Winners is, or you're American, it's the exact same as a TJ Maxx. But basically at Winners, we had the luxury of crackheads, right? And it brings all sorts. But holy man, we had this lady go to the change room, and then she tries on a sports bra, and then she brings it back. She's like, it didn't fit. And she drops it on the counter and just splats. Fucking splats, dude. So, my coworker is like, what the fuck? Not only did this chick piss in the bra, she also stole a shirt. So she was like, you also had a shirt. And the chick just drops this piss bra on the counter and walks off and like leaves the store. And then she grabs the bra and she's like, and on our little microphone things that we have on us, she's like, this customer just stole a shirt and also brought back a bra that's wet. And then we're like, you touched it? She's like, yeah. She's like, I think she pissed in it. And it was a fucking piss bra. She pissed in the bra. And my coworker smelt it. Right. She was like, it smells like pee. I was like, damn, shit hurted.
That's horrendous.
It is fucking horrendous, dude. The shit that you deal with at Winners is unlike anything.
God.
Only thing comparable would be Walmart. I think Walmart might get it worse. Yeah. But holy shit, the piss bra.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think bras are supposed to do that, Scruzzy. I agree.
I'm trying to remember of like things that are like that I've dealt with from my experience at retail.
Well, you worked at PetSmart. Any crazy shit happened there?
A lot. I remember one time we have like oop stations, they call them. Basically just garbages that are set up in a few different aisles there. Have like wipes and paper towel and sprays for where if a dog shits or pisses in like an aisle.
And that makes sense. I always wondered about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, anyone can kind of just throw shit in the garbage, it's whatever. Mm-hmm. One time I was doing the garbages, it's like 9:20ish, we're like closed, like stores are closed, we're just doing closing activities to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And opened the garbage, wasn't thinking much, just looked in, and I saw a fucking used condom.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was just like, what the fuck? Like, what am I looking at right now?
Oh, and no.
Yeah, so that was like, I think the highlight of like gross shit I've dealt with.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like crazy shit. Like I've had people just talk to me like I'm, you know, like typical retail shit. Like I'm just not a person.
Oh, absolutely. I still get that to this day.
Yeah. I speak with pretty like monotone dictation.
Yeah.
And some lady I was dealing with at Till just didn't appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if you know, we have like dog tags in the store.
Yes.
And there's like a machine you could go to make like engrave the dog tag for you.
Yep, I've done that.
Yeah, very straightforward.
Yes.
Type in 4 numbers, type what you wanted to say, and then it does it for you. And so we had like a long line of people, maybe 8, 9 people lined up. It was like the lunch hour or like the dinner time rush. People just wanted to go home. And so I'm just like trying to get through this shit as quick as possible. I don't like lineups when I'm a customer. I don't. So I try to deal with them when I'm an employee to make them go by quicker.
Absolutely.
And get this one lady. She just fucking was not having it. You know, she had like a bunch of shit with her. She had her shit kid with her too. And so I'm just dealing with that, and then she's like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a dog tag. Blah blah blah. There's a machine over there in the corner. Type the 4 numbers on the receipt. Type what you wanted to say. It engraves it all for you." Well, that's cool. You know what? I'll take one. And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Which one?" She's like, this one." I'm like, "All right, cool. I'll take that from you, please. Don't put it back on the shelf. Just hand it to me."
Yeah.
So she hands it to me. Scan it. Tell her ask her how she's gonna pay, all the other shit. Highlight on the receipt the code she needs to use in order to use the machine. Tell her over in the corner, tell her it's very straightforward, it walks you through it, blah blah blah. Yeah. Send her off, go to help the next person, and she's like, whoa, I need your help over there at the machine. And I'm like, looking at the line, I'm like, okay. So I take the receipt from her, take the dog tag from her, walk over to the machine with her. I start explaining it to her, and then she's like, "You don't have much of a personality, do you?"
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
And so, you know, me being in like let's help the customer kind of mode. I'm like, the customer's always right. So in my head, I'm like, the customer's always right. So I'm like, yeah, no, not really. So I just start doing the machine, and she did not like that answer.
Oh, that is great.
She was like, "Excuse me? I would like to speak to your manager, please."
Oh,
like,
Karen time.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay. So I call the manager down on our walkie-talkie. Manager comes down. She's like, "Yeah, what's up? What do you want?" And I'm like, she wants to talk to you. And so I'm standing there for a minute. There's like no one else in the building. It's just me and the manager. There's this long line of customers waiting, and I'm like, Can I go? And the manager's like, "Yeah, go help the people." So I'm like, okay, go help all the people. And then the bitch walks out of the store later with her kid and her shit kid and all of her shit stuff, and manager talks to me and she's like, "What happened?" And I was like, she said I didn't have much of a personality. I said, "No, not really," and kept helping her. And she's like, "Okay, well," she wasn't too happy, so I gave her a gift card. And I'm like, okay,
right on.
Yeah, why should I care? She insulted me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, your boss didn't give you shit, though, did they?
They weren't too happy with me.
Yeah.
About it, but at the same time, they like were telling me like, "Yeah, no, apparently she's a manager at a different store and blah blah blah." And I'm like, if she's a manager, she should know what retail's like.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely.
She has no excuse to be a bitch.
Well, I mean, hey, managers do be bitches. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's why when I was a manager, I tried my hardest not to be a bitch.
And that's exactly how Shay is too. Like, her whole idea is, if I'm gonna be a manager, I'm gonna be the manager that I want. Hey, Scruzzy with the fucking resub. Thank you. Let's go. Wait, you gotta
This is my 4-month message, I guess.
Thank you for your 4-month message, Scruzzy. Bless up. Much appreciated, my man. And with that, actually, Scruzzy does ask, Danno, you ever have people walk into your store and ask you about a product that you couldn't be less related to what you sell? Dildos? I used to work at Spencer's, and selling dildos and like sex toys I didn't really have much of a thing for. But it was never like, it was never uncomfortable or anything. Like, it was more just like, I don't know what to say. It wasn't anything too bad. It was more just like, how do I approach this and be respectful about it and be an adult? You know what I mean? So it was never anything too crazy. But, you know, it does, it took a little bit of practice to get used to it. Working at something like, what was it? I'm trying to think of where else I worked. I worked at a lot of clothing stores, right? So clothing is really simple to sell for me because I like clothing. I worked at... he means at my current job. At Bell? Fuck. No, not really, because everybody uses a phone, right? So, the only thing I could really think of is, like, when people complain about Android phones, and I cannot agree at all, and I'm like, yeah, no doubt. And then at that point, sometimes I just have to be like, well, all phones have their problems. I sort of bullshit it, but I'm like that's...
Just the regular, customers always write bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. But I also try to keep it a little professional, just so I'm like, hey, well, you're also coming to me as the person who knows their shit, and I'm gonna tell you straight facts. So sometimes I'll be like, hey, that is kind of misinformation. 5G, but I've also had, working in British Columbia, in Vancouver, you have a lot of crazy ass motherfuckers. So I've been blown up at for talking about how 5G is not bad for you. Not that I give a fuck. Like, you can yell at me all you want, I don't care.
How dare you?
This
is bad for us.
Yeah, fucking, you're working for, what's his name? Bill Gates. You're working for Bill Gates, aren't you, you piece of shit?
Yeah.
That was sort of the idea. But other than that, no, not really. Like, I'd say with Bell especially, it's probably one of the only jobs that I've worked at that I actually feel pretty fucking comfortable in, like, what I sell people and what I tell them. I'd say the only thing that I sort of feel iffy on, not even anymore, but is like our extended warranty that you kind of have to sell people on. But it's also if now we have these choices for doing a device return option, which means that you have to bring the phone back. It's like, I probably would get it at that point, because if you don't and you break your phone, you're paying like a shit ton of money. So at that point, it's more like a no-brainer, But other than that, with Bell, not really. I think I usually believe in whatever I'm selling, or at least I try to. Winners, I'd say it was harder, because people would be like, what do you think of this? And I'm like, fucking, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. I'd say Home Sense more like, they're like, what do you think of this? And I'm like, I don't know your home decor, bitch.
But, what do you think about it?
It looks pretty.
They're inviting you into their home, Dan. That's how they get you.
Well, sometimes, especially at Christmas, I like it when people ask, what do you're a guy, what do you think? And then I have to be like, well, I'm a very feminine guy who likes purple and pink. But if I was a guy, I probably wouldn't like the shit you're gonna get him. They're like, okay, thank you. I'm like, no problem, all in a day's work. Because,
I have to be of service, and then you throw sparkles.
Do the little imagination rainbow.
Yeah, you throw some glitter in the air and walk away.
Yeah, with the fucking miserable face as I turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say with phones and shit. I had a weird-ass old man come in, and I said, what can I do you for? And he goes, can you put porn on here for me? Oh my god, dude.
What?
If there's one thing that is the worst part about, working in retail with, phones, is people having porn on their phone when you have to transfer their shit.
Yeah, see, I was always curious about that.
I said no to the porn, and he said, why? Oh shit!
I was always curious, how frequent is that a thing?
It's not super frequent, but when it happens, it's pretty fucking awkward.
Yeah.
I had a customer the other day who was looking at not even porn, but obviously bot accounts or model accounts on Facebook, or old people that click on ads and then it's porn and it's sexy singles in your area, and it's an old lady, and I'm like, I know this ain't you. I'm gonna believe in my heart that this ain't you.
Yeah.
So that sort of is a thing sometimes. Oh, that's kind of nice.
Is there frequent do you see nudes a lot when you're transferring stuff over?
Absolutely not. We don't look at people's phones. We actually try really hard to not look at people's phones. I've had multiple people just say, hey, I need you to transfer my stuff, do not look at my photos. And I'm like, wasn't going to. Thank you for the warning anyway. But it's
That's
sometimes
not suspicious at all.
Exactly. And Scruzzy exactly says it definitely happens by accident. They have 80 open tabs and pop-ups, and you go to fix it, and it's like, holy hell, man. Exactly. Jeez. They don't know how to fucking close tabs. It's the worst. But in terms of like having that shit on people's phones, my favorite thing is with Samsung. I mean, I have it on mine. You can have what's it called? Secure folder. So it's basically like an incognito folder for your shit that you have like no access to unless you take it off secure folder. So the only way that you can move it is by moving said secure folder from one Samsung to another. You can't move it to any other sort of phone. So whenever it does that, it'll prompt you about the secure folder, and then half the time you tell somebody, they go red and they either don't know that they even had it, or they're like, oh shit, that's probably for my nudes. Like, straight up, I had this chick the other day who was like, she was like, oh, I don't even know what the fuck that is. And I'm like, and then she's like, I'm not gonna lie, probably have nudes in there. She's like, you won't see any of it, will you? I'm like, no, absolutely fucking not. I just need you to enter the password so it moves over. She's like, oh, thank God. And I'm like, I wouldn't want to look anyway. That's so weird. Scruzzy, yep, that happened today. Exactly. The classic. When you transfer my stuff, do you see it? That's a classic question every fucking time.
See, I've never asked it. I just never have them transfer shit for me.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also we know how to do that shit because, you know, we understand. I'd say the general people don't, which is understandable.
Like, kind of, it's understandable, but at the same time, it's kind of mind-boggling me that, like, we're in this era and people, like, still struggle to hold a phone sideways when filming something.
True.
Or recording, I guess technically is the term.
No, you're totally right on that. Yeah, he's the best kind of customer, doesn't need extra help. Except for me, we have like a thing where we have to set up the app that we have, and if you don't, you kind of like are tracked on it. So whenever a customer doesn't need help, it kind of sucks. Because they're like, no, I'll just do it when I get home.
Say.
What?
Tracked, you say?
Well, when I say tracked, I mean it's like tracked as in how a sale would be tracked. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't actually track the app. It just it has to be opened, or else.
I was gonna say I'm about to uninstall this fucking app right now.
No, not like that. They track you home and take you. Exactly. That's why you sign the contract. They legally bind you to, selling your soul.
Makes sense, yeah.
You know what? Let me just search up stock photo customer service.
It's gonna be a fucking retail worker crying.
That'd be great. Oh shit! Actually, hold on. Customer service crying.
There we go.
Oh, these are okay. I need somebody at an office. This is probably the closest that we're gonna get, huh? Yeah, I like that one.
Possibly.
Thank you, stock footage. Always makes me laugh. Signing. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Fucking people. Whenever they're signing the contract, they're like signing my life away, or this is more things I had to sign than like my fucking mortgage. And I'm like, yes, okay, just Jesus. Fucking shut the fuck up and keep signing. Every fucking time, especially when they do like multiple phone lines, because you have to keep doing the exact same thing, but for each. It doesn't let you kind of cut corners, so it's always the classic like, oh, it's more than a fucking car. My car didn't have this much signing. I'm like, okay, yes, I get it, thank you. It's funny. It's very funny, especially when you say it every single time.
Hey man, we try, you know, we try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember this for the next time you're working and I upgrade my phone.
Hey man, you know what?
Also, whenever I decide to upgrade my phone, I'm gonna come talk to you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I would love that. Are you with Belle?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try and get you in on a deal. You know what the fuck it is. Yeah, sales and shit. Scruzzy says, nah, come see me. Nah, he's a bellboy, boy. Honestly, the phones industry is pretty interesting. It really comes in waves though, and that's sort of the problem. Because you do want
not for long.
Not for long. Shit. If it doesn't scan, it must mean it's free. Oh, that's a banger too. I've heard that every single fucking job that I've worked at. Every single fucking job, dude. Oh, it's so cringy. And like I think at Winners it was the worst because like I was frontline every day helping hundreds of customers every day, right? So you would get that, and like 12 times in a day they'd say it. I wouldn't react. They'd be like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I don't have the fucking energy for this anymore, and I hate my life. But yeah, no, that's a banger. Do I get a free case? Oh, yeah, that too. Can you put it on for me? Haha, good, because I'll screw it up. Yeah, that's a classic. Though that's true though, because like they would screw it up. You know they would. I would.
Yeah, they're a bunch of the fucking idiots. I don't know, put on a screen protector.
I mean, hey, let's be real though. I like before I got this job, I wasn't a screen protector guy myself. I definitely.
I'm still really not. I just put a piece of fucking packing tape over and I'm good.
Oh my god, that is the ghettoest shit I've ever heard.
It works.
I mean, hey, if it works, right?
Yeah. My audio sounds muffled, but it works.
You're not even joking. Oh my god.
No, I'm joking. I don't put fucking that on my phone.
But you knew that the audio would be muffled, you bastard.
Yeah, because it's something covering audio. What? I'm not stupid.
I don't know, though. I don't know. You say that. I'm just kidding. Don't cry, Jared. Stop crying.
But it's just really hot in here, okay?
That's sweat.
Yeah.
That's fucking sweat coming from my eyes. Yeah. Don't doubt me. And what's this, Yasuke? We talked about Yasuke for like 2 seconds, but he has to be in the thumbnail.
Yeah. Ooh, if you're looking for more stuff for the thumbnail, I got one for you.
Sure.
Have you listened to that new Dmx album yet?
No.
Yeah. His last album, I think.
Damn.
Is what they're calling it now.
His last album is what they're calling it?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that's what it is. Like, I don't think he had anything else in the vault ready to go that could be it could be an album for him.
Right.
Like,
right.
Because it's different per artist, you know?
Yeah.
Like Pop Smoke, for example. It's a bit harder to say because he was still up and coming, you know?
True, yeah.
DMX, he was around for 20, 30 years. Dude kind of made a lot of songs.
Yeah, that's very true, very true.
And Juice WRLD, same thing, you know? He wasn't around for long, but the dude made fucking songs like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, from what I heard, he has like 500 unreleased tracks.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild, actually.
Yeah. But yeah, I listened to it, I fell asleep listening to it last night. Unintentionally. I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this album because maybe I want to talk about it on the podcast or something. Yeah. And fell asleep listening to it. I was just really tired that last night, and I guess I left it on repeat because I woke up and the album was still going. Like, I think I went to bed. I think I went to bed at 8 p.m. and I woke up at 3 in the morning and it was still going.
Jesus. And
it was like the most aggressive DMX song on the album. And I just woke up and I was like, what's happening?
Oh, Scruzzy. Oh, sorry, what?
I think the song was called Bath Salts.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's something to fucking wake up to. Scruzzy says, I started watching Yasuke and I'm not sure how I feel about it. Too much CGI and anime right off the bat throws me off. I actually do agree with that. Yeah. Fucking Jared over here didn't even finish it. But honestly, I really can't blame you. Like, Shay and I finished it in a night because we just sort of had it on while we were looking at our phones or I was drawing or whatever.
It's only comes out to like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's not a long show at all, but it's understandable if you were like, oh, kind of not even lost interest, but like it's I
don't know. My problem watching was like I liked it, like I liked parts of it, but all the parts I liked of it never saw more than a couple minutes.
That's fair.
Like like in the first episode there at the end there when they're on the boat and it gets attacked by all of them.
Yeah.
And like that was fucking cool. I liked the art style there, or the animation there, and the music playing. Mm-hmm. But like the rest of it, like almost never came back from what I saw, and I was like, I don't really care anymore then.
No, that's very fair. Yeah, it's.
I don't know.
No, say what you're gonna say.
I don't know what it is, but I really like the contrast of like imperialistic Japan to like rap. You know?
Yeah. There was a really cool contrast there. I agree with that.
Like, I mean, Afro Samurai, good example of that.
Yeah.
Same with Man with the Iron Fists.
Don't know if I've actually ever seen that one.
It's a martial art movie directed by the RZA.
Oh, I totally called that too. I was like, I could see that shit happening.
And it's fucking good.
Nice. That sounds pretty cool.
Sequel sucks, but the first one's good.
Nice. It definitely has my interest. That's for sure.
I think that's on Netflix. You should check it out.
Definitely. I didn't even know that.
I think it is. We'll check.
Yeah, take a look. What the fuck? Sorry. Samurai Champloo, let's go! Yes! Samurai Champloo is my favorite anime, dude. Real talk. That's real talk right there. Actually, hold up. I might bust out the fucking poster for this one. Check this shit.
Ooh, I'm gonna turn on the stream for this.
So, I went to an anime convention a couple years ago, obviously before COVID, and I got this really sweet poster that I love. I haven't taken out all my posters since I moved back because, well, I just didn't have the time for it and I kind of forgot. Yeah, here it is. It's in the middle. Yeah! Oh my god, this poster is so fucking nice. I might just fucking put this thing up, you feel me? Okay, check out this fucking poster. Here, I gotta change this. Also, I like the thumbnail, you know? It gets the point across. Customer service, Yasuke, Invincible.
Looks good.
Thank you. Let's change this to face cam. This is my dope ass... Oh, it's upside down. If I can unfold it here. This is the dope ass fucking poster I got from an anime convention. I always love supporting my artists. You know what it is.
I like it.
But this shit's beautiful. If you can even see like the intricacies of it. Oh my god, the brush strokes, everything about it. You got fucking Fu up there, you got Mugen. Oh, you got Jin. Shit is beautiful. Can we see the poster on the stream from now on instead of you? You know, I just might have to get a scan of it and then put it on. But no,
Yes.
it's one of my favorite posters that I have. There were 3 that I got from that convention. There was that one. I got one of Final Fantasy VII, and then this one right behind me that nobody can ever see. That is from Persona 5. Persona 5. Dan is gonna nut on stream here. True. You're handsome boy. Thank you. What were you gonna say?
I forget, but yeah, no, that definitely looks like a Persona 5 poster because of how dark it is.
Yeah, you can't. If I turned up, hold up. There, you see that? You can see him right there. You see little Joker boy where my finger's about to touch him, right?
Oh yeah.
If I moved Sonic, you'd be able to see the rest of the picture. You can see the guy at the fucking Uncle Jimbo or whatever.
Oh yeah.
He's over at the coffee shop, and Morgana the cat's chilling there. It's pretty good. Brushstrokes, bruh. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I also would like to move this over. Spoilers with Danno and friends, very fun. But yeah, I think we can probably say this podcast has done its run today. Wouldn't you say so, Jared?
Yeah, I feel so.
I think
we covered a fair bit.
Yeah, and look at that. Scruzzy's like, I'm gonna head out now. See, it was perfect timing. It was meant to be. We showed off a poster. Before we end the podcast, though, I gotta show this clip just because. Let me pause the music here. Everybody always says "think, Mark, think," and he doesn't. So I wanted to show this meme that it literally just came up in my feed before we started the podcast episode. And it says "think, Mark, think," but he actually says "think, Mark, think" because in the show he fucking doesn't actually say that. But I figured I would show that before we end the stream.
That's a good meme right there.
It is a very good meme. Here it is.
You're fighting so you can watch everyone around you die. think, Mark, think.
He said it. Jesus Christ. There you go. He said think, Mark, think. Also, before we end the stream, if you haven't already, I almost have 20k Afro Puffs. Damn. You've been grinding. Vote. Vote if you have not already.
Yes, vote. Everyone, go vote because you need to.
Yeah.
It's your
civil
democratic duty.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It's your civil duty as a viewer, as a citizen, as a person who is alive. You need to go out and vote. You don't even have to go out. You just have to click the link right there.
Yeah.
Forms.gl and then a bunch of letters and numbers that are lowercase and capitals that spell out to a form that you need to fill out.
Choose my cosplay. Honestly, though, I can't really complain with 55 votes. Also, Maya Fey has now taken a quarter, so I can probably just post this result and say with fact and certainty that we're dressing up as Maya Fey boys. But don't worry, 2B will come another day. Don't you worry, Jared. Okay. Don't you worry, sweet ass.
I was about to say, did I lose out?
No, you didn't. We can keep.
Okay, I'm saying it's a rigged election. That's all I'm saying. It's rigged.
Well, you know what? It does help that like the main people that like probably voted were all from the Right for Smash Discord. So yeah. They clearly wanted me to dress up as Maya Fey. But just be happy that I tried to choose one from each series. Like that's why there are some that you like. For example, Sonic. It was like, okay, other people said Rouge the like Amy Rose, but I knew Rouge the Bat was like the top pick. Maya Fey, I could have put Mia Fey as well, but I just knew Maya's like the one that makes more sense. There were a lot of other characters that people were like, but I wanted to see this. I'm like, well, I fucking posted this shit everywhere and people didn't look. But oh, somebody voted for 2B. Look at that. Well, now there you go. Me. That was you?
Yeah.
You already fucking voted, you.
I don't know. I opened the thing and it was like, hey, do you want to vote? And I said, sure.
Did you vote from your phone before?
I don't think so.
Do you have 2 Gmails?
I only have one signed in.
Weird. Super weird.
Unless I somehow voted from my work account or something.
Voter fraud. Hey man, Scruzzy, you asked if you could vote for Samus twice. Hey, if Jared was allowed to, you're allowed to, buddy. That's what I'll say.
It's not voter fraud if it just let me do it.
True. And with that, we're going to end the episode of the podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. And tune in next time when we talk about some other shit. I don't know. Okay, bye.